Make it so now, as we go into the land of Dawn, Blacklist trying to secure match point against RRQ Akira. RRQ Akira trying to defend and maybe take this to a game 4 or 5. Eterna, can they do it?
That's the question. The odds are stacked against them this time. And even looking at the drafts, Blacklist have drafted themselves in a way that they are so sustainable, right? They have the AoE healing coming in from Oh My Venus, as well as, wait a second here, Sagan gonna get caught really low. And this is scary, right? Because we need the Xavier to be able to scale with the Clock of Destiny and the Lightning Truncheon as well. And if that doesn't happen, I'm doubting if RRQ Akira have enough damage to penetrate through the healing coming in from Oh My Venus, as well as that extra HP from the Faramis.
Yeah, already Blacklist being very aggressive. And it's almost surprising because you see the Estes and you expect there not to be too much, but they're just so good. They have so much faith in Oh My Venus that they're willing to just push forward and get as much damage in that mid lane as possible. Now, Edward and Takashi also having this faded anime battle, as Naisu predicted. Definitely very entertaining, but possible action up in the top side. Naisu, how do you feel about that matchup?
Well, overall, I mean, it's really, I don't expect anyone to go down before that first turtle anyway, but, I mean, we didn't even get a chance to talk about the Baksha pick, right, that much, because King rolling with this option here.
Rolling.
Literally, pun intended. The thing is we haven't seen Baksha too much, but it's still a great utility tank jungler here. But already, you know, Luis doesn't have that Way of the Dragon, but should be able to get out just fine. And that's the thing, right? It's Wise that is going to be playing that Valentina like we saw here. And now you have that option, that dynamic. What ultimates do we take? How do we use it? Turtle coming up here in just a couple seconds. Let's see how this all plays out here.
We'll see exactly how this pans out. Remember, RRQ Brazil, they need Sagan to get that level 4, which he hasn't, but Takashi here already.
Oh, they're gonna crash down on Wise. They're gonna get the Cult Altar out here, but it's a first blood for Takashi. Able to secure himself the first one. Now Edward gonna be the focus, has to get back to the turret. And this could be the first turtle going in the hands of RRQ Akira. Oh My Venus there, trying to get some vision available, but look at the first! Takashi comes in, able to grab another.
A very, very nice start for RRQ Brazil. I was a little bit worried, but it seems like they have come online at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If they can hold this together, then maybe they could take this to a possible win. But remember, they started last game strong. Now, with some of these items, how are you feeling about it, Eterna?
Nothing just too fancy just yet. We're not at that point where anyone has built that first item, but you can see that the Baxia is going to have a huge impact in that early game, right? He's going towards a lot of items that are going to be able to make him more sustainable in his team fights. But talking about team fights, Luis goes in.
Luis able to take down Oh My Venus, and now they're going to be focusing on Haji here. He's trying to get out, had to use that Purify as well. Purifies out of it and lives to fight another day.
So right there with the Basha, we're already starting to see with that Tortoise Poisons, with that ultimate, I love the name of that ultimate, by the way. It's a way to kind of counter the Estes because of that constant DPS damage over time without relying on the CC that they try to do in game 1. So once again, RRQ Brazil finding answers elsewhere on the map. Another big difference now with this game and last game is they had a bit of a lead in aggression early on, but they didn't have much of a gold lead. This time, Brazil not only leading in kills and map control, but also holding a decent gold lead in the game.
Another thing about the Baxia is that he's so mobile, right? He can go on every point of the map really quickly, and that's why we're seeing that they're leading in that rotation. And right now you can see even him, he's trying to penetrate into the jungle of Blacklist, trying to pressure out Wise here, who is kind of falling far behind here. Wise still level 6 as compared to King, who is level 7.
I mean, he's doing a great job, right? King knows the lead that he has, knows the mobility advantage that he has as well, and he's playing around that. That's exactly what RRQ Akira needs to do here. This is the refined version, or at least playstyle that they went with, and that they're executing really well. Couldn't convert into another objective take for them, but you can already see Blacklist International trying to get in position here for this second turtle of the game. And now it's going to be pulled out. Still, there's King. I was waiting for him to roll up here. Finds Haji, forces him back. Takashi quite low. Bravest fighter in. Luis, though, with the Way of the Dragon. Oh My Venus has to pop the heal. Able to survive a little bit longer, but it's going to be the turtle secured for Gusta Lagusta. And in the mid lane, still going at it, looking for Haji. Sagan falls, but he gets punished as well. 2 down for Blacklist International.
That is a good trade, though. I mean, 2 for 1, plus the turtle in the hands of Brazil here. I think they were listening to you, Eterna, because they have been focusing hard on Venus. In literally the first few minutes, 2 kills on a Venus. This is going to slow them down so much. And Blacklist, for the first time in 3 games, fallen behind.
Oh, but right now, if we're taking a look at the items here in the 5th minute, we see that Claude already built up his DHS, but Luis, man, oh man. As aggressive as he can be at the moment, and you just saw Oheb secure that BOD. So DHS versus BOD, it seems like Oheb has actually reached that power spike a little bit earlier, since of course Gusta Lagusta is still waiting on that golden staff, which means when they go in for 5v5, Blacklist might have the better upper hand if they play the team fight a little bit better and try shut down Luis from taking out Oh My Venus in the backline.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've really seen Luis feel comfortable while playing along with Takashi, right? At least in the knockout stage. Both of them just having fun with this. Not only that, another big thing to point out, that gold lane tower is gone. And this is exactly what Gusta Lagusta wants. The only downfall, the only worry I have on my mind for Brazil right now is once again, no kills on Oheb. And I'm pretty sure he's already got that bod locked in. He's got the boots locked in. He's going to start dealing some damage if he gets involved into these fights, which look at him already into the mid lane.
Look at here on the bottom side, Edward using the electro final blow to get out of there. But, you know, Takashi's doing work here for RRQ Akira. It's 3K gold lead at this point in the game, almost to the 7-minute mark. Next turtle is going to be up here in just a second, and RRQ Akira is in a great position to contest it as they focus on Oh My Venus. Dawning Light going to miss just barely here by an edge, and now it's Edward going in. There's the Colt Ulcer to respond. The kick comes out. Nobody going down just yet. RRQ Akira running. It's Saigon that falls under the turret.
Oh man, with 1 member down, now Blacklist, they're gonna have the upper hand when it comes down to this neutral objective take. They're gonna get that turtle for free, and they're gonna be able to push the limits a bit more. RRQ Brazil, though, they're still leading, but look at how aggressive they start to go in that top side. Gusta Lagusta forced to retreat as of right now, as in the bottom side.
Wow, Takashi and Edward still going out here on the bottom side, holding on to that turret, half health here. The enemy battle continues. Takashi looking to get in position, just going to focus on the turret. Can't get it though as the last minion goes down there, so still a back and forth. But Blacklist International lessening the gold lead from RRQ Akira.
Yeah, it all took was a second, and this is what Blacklist is known for, the rubber band right around that mid-game power spike. Now it seems like the sustainability is coming in check. I mean, you have the Estes, plus you have this Fermis, and as we saw earlier, RRQ Brazil brought out all the guns. They brought out everything they could in that mid-lane skirmish and just didn't put a dent into Blacklist. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with these items.
I mean, to be honest, RRQ Brazil, they really need this Claude to start popping off, because if we take a look at that gold gap, it's quite evident, right? He is trying to get that cross corrosion scythe with the Swift crossbow, but I'm wondering if it's gonna pop up fast enough and if the damage is going to be enough, because once again, I'm still doubting. I mean, I'm still very concerned of how sustainable Blacklist is going to be, especially now that we see that RRQ Brazil, they haven't had any chance to pick up an anti-regen item.
I mean, but Brazil is still being proactive on the map right now, still being aggressive. They've taken another tower in the gold side, and Blacklist, on the other hand, has only taken 1 from Brazil. Now, Turtle is going to be, no, Lord will be up in just very soon. So if Brazil can possibly secure this next major huge objective, it could help some secure this mid-game, but it's definitely not going to be easy. The gold has led up a little bit in the hands of Brazil. Now, I'm feeling good about it. I'm hoping Brazil can bring us to another game, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a good position here, and that's why they're going to go ahead and start up the Lord Dance. Wise holding on to that Way of the Dragon here. I don't think anyone's going to commit just yet here, but on the bottom side, it looks like Oheb was going to be the focus, but already, look at that. The damage is there. Gusta Lagusta going to have to go back here, and still, it's a little bit of a dicey situation for RRQ Akira. And at this point, they have been putting pressure around the map, opening it up for themselves, but I don't think they're still in a comfortable position to actually fight this Lord just off the bat. They've got to still handle the sustain coming out. Yes, you have the boxer, you have the passive for you, But it's going to be up to Luis here as he goes in with a conceal, looking for the bottom side. Can't get Haji, though. They are chunked quite low. Cold Altar still going to be hold on. It's committed now. Oh, my Venus getting slammed down. Takashi goes in for another kill here. They're going to back off. They have the numbers advantage. Edward taking out Luis, though. Haji still up as well. RRQ Akira. Do they press the situation? It's a 1-for-1 trade here. It's going to be dicey. King, though, trying to decide if they want to go for it.
Gusa Lagusa opens up his ultimate here as Oheb.
Nice pickup there from Gusa Lagusta. Able to grab the kill, but is it still? That's the question. Wise is still there. This is not a green light just yet to start at the Lord, but Wise getting focused up by Takashi again. 1 versus 4 here in the bush. Gonna get dragged back a little bit. Takashi can't survive that as Haji grabs the kill. Killing spree. Meanwhile, RRQ Akira still working on the Lord here. Dawning Light comes out. Wise quite low. Took the bravest fighter. Now Edward trying to get some vision, an angle if he can. Gusa Lagusa, though, gonna push him back here. Still the fight for the Lord. Edward goes down. Cold Altar comes out. It's Wise with the Lord again. How does he do it? But RRQ Akira gonna push them back. Everybody quite low. Saigon with a huge Mystic Field.
I mean, win or lose here. That was one intense Lord fight. And I like the fact that Brazil didn't force that Lord fight. They did lose out on the Lord, but overall, they're still kind of controlling the map here. They take another tower. Now, quick second, because Oheb's Beatrix has picked up 8 games in has been picked 8 games in M3 with an 87.5% win rate. You match that up with the Estes win rate from earlier for Venus, and it is definitely spelling out for trouble, Eterna.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're seeing the Filipino sniper himself go into action. I mean, need we remind you that he was the MVP of M3 Finals, right? And he even was able to pick out a skin for M3. So coming into this game, I'm not really sure if RRQ Brazil want to do that same thing that they did. That fight was a little too prolonged, and when it gets prolonged like that, it feels like Blacklist has the upper hand because of the constant healing that is happening by Oh My Venus. Take him out, great, but you have to go in, try burst him down. But Haji, he goes into the front line, deals a little bit of damage, but this is all allowing Blacklist to push that tempo as well as to zone away the members of RRQ Brazil.
Well, they're still going to be working on this tier 2 here. They might just be able to get it cleanly as they do. Dawning Light comes out. No one going to go down, though, but map advantage is what Blacklist International wants here. Takashi going again and again. There's the Blessing of the Moon Gods. They find Oheb, and now it's Oh My Venus on the focus here. Haji going to be in a bad position. Dawning Light comes out. It's another that falls. Luis with a massive Way of the Dragon, finding Wise, and it's Edward in trouble now. RRQ Akira marching down the mid lane, totally taking out Blacklist International.
That is insane, and they want to keep going. Takashi with that dive forward, taking care of these towers, pushing forward. Are we going to see a game 4? Brazil trying.
Brazil going to push in. Haji holding on for dear life here. They've got the minion waves. It's only a couple seconds, and RRQ Akira is going to do it. They extend the series as they take game number 3.
RRQ Akira coming back, rising